Yeah, g'day guys, it's Boardbuster from Wellington Foilers there. For some reason Sue thinks us men are risk takers. Rob's coming around and maybe being a bit risky. Anyway, he's come around and he's nearly lost control. Like, you'll see his tip reaching out of the water and putting him off balance a little bit, and at this stage he's going, oh shit, which way am I going to go? You see his foil coming out of the water, nearly losing control. Anyway, he's gone straight in between John and Chris sitting in the water. Come a little bit close to Chris, and anyway, later on apologised, but yeah, I'd have to agree with Sue, that was a bit risky. It's only a thing that a male would do, I think. Oh God. Anyway, it wasn't me, so I'm not in trouble. He's coming around again. And they're downwind this time. That's a good idea. Not a good idea to go in between them. Anyway, the wind was really light today. Like, yeah, like Chris, John and I couldn't really get going, and John seemed to have a lot of trouble, and he's a pretty lightweight guy, and he couldn't get going quite often. And anyway, Rob just seems to be hard to get going, and next to nothing. I don't know how he does it. Like he's a big guy. He's like 95 kilos and got them big rugby legs. Big strong legs are probably good for pumping the board up onto the foil. He's a pretty strong fella, and yeah, none of us could match it with him today. It was, I reckon it was like 5 knots at times, you know. And he just seemed to be able to get it going, keep it going. There I am. I'm just floating around. I was floating around for about 40 minutes, and I've got to tell you, I got pretty tired trying to get up, struggling. You know, it just wore me out. You know? But yeah, Rob was just blasting around in amongst us. There's Chris, he's struggling too. And he's got, we're all on like 6 metre wings, and so like Rob wasn't on a big wing or anything, you know. He's on his 100 litre Axis hybrid board, and it does really get going easy. So bit of an advantage maybe, I'm not sure. There's John. Like John, as I said, John's pretty lightweight. You can see he's just going. It's even a bit light there for Rob. He's having a bit of a pump, keep it going. Now John's in the water. It's just so light. Oops, even Rob's running out of it. Kevy's gone out. He had I think it was a 6'2" sail up, and he was even struggling. This is how light it was. Like Rob come in and had a chat to me after he fell off then, and we're going to go in actually, and I said to Rob, I said, oh, give it a go, mate. I reckon you can get going. And just watch this. It's quite amazing how he gets it going in such light wind. And he's got the jetty in front of him too. So this is quite interesting. He's looking around saying, oh, the just too light. And he has one more go and gets it going and just misses the jetty. Jetty looks like it's really in front of him, and looking at the camera, he was nearly going to go through that gap, but there was a big cable there. Look at that, he's up. And then there was a boat in his way, and he just popped it around the end of the jetty, and he was off. Here I am. It's just so light I couldn't even get up, and like the wing was hardly holding its own weight up. It was that light. I struggle a bit with my old knees, but yeah, anyway, after getting out around the jetty, and there was a little bit more wind out there, got it going, and then the mission was to not fall off and keep going, but that didn't happen. It was a bit annoying actually after finally getting up, and then I did something silly and breached and fell off again. I wasn't swearing, but I was pretty cranky out there today. The boys heard me yelling in frustration. It's actually a little bit more wind there. It's picked up a little bit, but still very marginal. Good. Like Kevy's going now. There's Chris doing pretty much the same thing as Rob did, but he didn't actually get going. Oops. The water gets really like choppy here too. You get a lot of backwash off the jetty and off the shoreline. Makes it really messy around in front of the jetty. So he's taking a real risk. He's nearly touching the end of the jetty then, and he kind of turns off the wind, and apparently it was like inches off the jetty. But he got around. Lucky he didn't fall off, because the wing could easily blow up onto the jetty, and that wouldn't be good. And there's John going again. John and Chris had pretty small foils in for light wind. That's all they got. They've only got like one foil each, I think. Rob was on a pretty big foil. He's on his Axis HPS 1050, which is a really good light wind foil. Johnny coming in, but it's not really well powered up. Same with Chris. He's not going too bad, but it's still pretty light even for Chris. hoping for a gust to jive on. There I am, I'm still floating around. Whoop. We made it. He's only just falling. Look at that, so light. He's even passing me. Here I am, I'm going again, finally got a nice gust and got going again. Actually ended up staying up for about an hour after that. Just had to be really careful not to fall off again, and it actually did pick up a fair bit, so that was good. I ended up getting a pretty good session in, doing about 15 kilometres. So, yeah, turned out my perseverance paid off. I tell you, but I was pretty buggered after all the dredging around.